Welcome to the Foundation for Water and Education Cambodia. FWEC is a non-political, non-religious group established in 2012 to address many of these needs. The primary focus of the group was the installation of wells for clean water, enabling families to enjoy better health, as well as to have sufficient water for additional crops. FWEC expanded its efforts to include some of the other needs of the poor families of Cambodia, such as agricultural efforts and educational programs. Our mission is to identify poor communities and families in the rural surrounds of Siem Reap who are in desperate need of the basic necessities to lead a healthy life and provide them with clean water, improved nutrition and opportunities for better education and economic improvement. FWEC has its own mission to support people in poor category number 1 and 2, which are classified by the government to identify the poverty. The poverty lines are an often used tool to characterize if people are poor or not, based on a number of different poverty lines. The government uses a classification of four general groups of rural poor in Cambodia, such as level 1, extreme poor, normally not farmers and do not have enough to eat. Almost all income spent on food, take few voluntary risks under the food security lever, depend on income from laborers or from others. Level 2. Hustling poor. Some have a small plot of land. All have only limited room for non-food spending or investment in innovations. Take very few calculated risks. This group lives between the food security and under the lower poverty line. Level 3. Dynamic poor. Lack some basic needs, but have land and some money to invest in productive assets. Less risk averse. Live between the lower and the upper poverty line. Level 4. These are less risk averse than level 2 and 3 households. However, while some are becoming successful, there are many others who are still struggling to survive due to poor nutrition coupled with the lack of clean water and few opportunities to improve their lives. Siem Reap Province is the main destination for tourism industry. A large number of people in town are relying on tourism due to the poor of agriculture. There is a big population struggling in poor and live in a hard life due to lack of water. Like this family is the example. This family live away from Siem Reap town about 60 kilometers. Their everyday life is farming in a small field and collected a small number of rice per year to feed themselves without selling. They are classified in poor number 2, which all have only limited room for non-food spending or investment in innovations. Take very few calculated risks. Their house is like a shelter covering by palm leaves and have never been safe from rain. They have some poultry to provide some protein in the dry season. We selected this family to fulfill their need by providing a well with a simple hand-operated pump allows access to clean underground water. Having clean water from a reliable source not only allows families to have water for cooking and drinking but also allows for bathing and laundry, all of which reduces the causes of disease and illness. In addition to better health and hygiene, the families will have the opportunity to plant an additional crop that does not rely on seasonal flooding for irrigation. This additional crop creates a more balanced diet and creates an economic opportunity by enabling the family to sell excess produce at the market. Clean water is one of the most basic needs for survival. Although most of Cambodia has plenty of water, what is available to the majority of families is either natural surface water, or water made available in shallow, hand-dug pit wells. Both of these sources are filled with mud, insects and disease, and covered over by even dirtier water during the yearly floods. The equipment that we install is simple, something we believe is critical in any solution. We are installing wells and pumps that can be maintained with simple procedures, and that do not place an economic burden on those that receive them. FWEC is proud of our efforts in the use of Cambodian materials, personnel and resources, whenever possible. We believe that this helps others towards individual success.